Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Watch the run.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 22, Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Mahomes now on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jordan. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This one complete to Scott Miller. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Your trip is here.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Switch. Hey, Sunday.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Oh, boy, I know
Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Tight end right. 4 down.
Mahomes now to throw. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Now here's Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now it's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Ready. 30 base. Mike. Check. 53's Mike. I'm coming for you. You mine.
From the gun, Jackson. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Check.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
Check 3.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Bang, 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 bang. Rush in. Attack.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
You got him.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he finds Beasley, complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the kick by Butker is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
After the sack on first down, Jackson is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Dickerson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Ready? 53, Mike. I got you, punk. Switch. Ready.
On 3rd down, Dickerson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Attack!
57's Mike 57.
Here we go.
You. 57's the Mike. Watch 57. 3 buzz.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And he rifles one incomplete. Hill, the intended receiver once again, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd.
He's scared.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Mahomes now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
All day, baby. All day. All day, baby.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he whips that one incomplete there. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is fielded at the 7. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short game. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Yellow. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Watch the curl.
Mahomes now on first down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Check 4, check 4. Hey, color. You got tight. You got tight right there. Tight.
Now Mahomes. It's complete. It's Miller. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off, and he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Let's go. 10. Momo. Mike's 50. Bring it.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Ready. 70 ending. Hey.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Last stop. Here we go.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Mike's 50. Hey, I'm coming.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Right over there. Yeah.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Come on, set. Get the blend. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Check the outs. Check the outs. Under 10.
They'll run on first down. Dickerson. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown, and he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 38. On first down, Dickerson. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Pick me up. Here we go.
On 2nd down and 4, Jackson. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 21.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Ready. Mike's 50. Too little, cupcake. Shoot. Watch the twist.
They'll run on first down. Dickerson. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Set. Let's go. 18 Gator. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Time to go. Night.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson, a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain?
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him from going all the way.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
And that one blown up quickly. as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On 2nd down now, Dickerson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. Jackson now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Dickerson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. Hey, check 24. 24.
Hey, 57.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check.
Yellow.
65. 65. 65. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Watch the flat. Watch the flat. Watch the flat.
2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Chiefs on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Watch the shift.
Back to throw. That one complete to Hill. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Yellow. Let's go, Lou Lady. Oh, you got deep? Keep 15. Keep 15. Single receiver. Single receiver.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
15. Easy. Check. 40's Mike. 40's the Mike.
Now here's Mahomes. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point 4th quarter lead.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me something.
On 2nd down, Dickerson. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, and it's 3rd and short.
Ready. Go to base. Hey, fast. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 32. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Come on, guys. We got this.
Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
It's a party now.
Hey, 57, 57.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to have a third down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Watch the run. Back, back, back. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Butker's kick here is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Check 99. Check 99.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
22. Jet, Bomber, coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 52. Check, 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 check.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Around the NFL, they're in the 4th now in Green Bay. And it was the Niners who were able to come away with a victory there. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Throwing is Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Ready. 70 ending. Mike, 58, right there.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Here we go. 15-90, 15-90. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Got a man, it's Brown.
All day, baby, all day. Got it. 58 is the mic. Going 58's the mic. Get in the weight room. Smoke. Weight room. 58's the mic. 58. 58's the mic. Let's go, D.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jackson to throw again. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and it was Patrick Mahomes leading the way.
He doesn't seem to get ruffled no matter where he plays, does he? Home, on the road. If you put him in a neutral site, which he hopes one day would be the Super Bowl, he plays at a high level. We know about the big right arm, but I think it's the poise that I'm really, really admiring out of this youngster and watching him play. How about the first 3 games of his career in the NFL as a starter in 2018? He set a record for touchdown passes with 13.
Yeah, you think back to that entrance, and he has just kept it up. Amazing what he's been able to do. So for the Chiefs, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday afternoon at around 3:30 Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.